Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. This is the Friday edition. We're going to be working through one of my I am cards today. Essentially, we are here this morning to say some nice things about ourselves. So, if you believe that there's anybody in your life who needs to have something nice said about them, feel free to share this stream. It's people like you who really multiply this message. So, like I said, we're going to be going through one of my I am cards, and each one of these is just has a wonderful positive affirmation on it. So, I'm going to pull one off the top of the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card. You're going to respond, "I am the affirmation." We're going to write it down in the chat, and then we are going to work through it together. So, let's begin by pulling a card and saying that today I am awesome. I am awesome. I recognize my inherent value and worth. So I am awesome. I recognize my inherent value and worth. Are you awesome? You are awesome. We recognize our inherent value and worth just by being us, just by doing our lives today. We are awesome people. In fact, we're about to be going into Awesome Saturday, which is a regularly occurring holiday in my world where I only hang out with awesome people and I do awesome stuff and I hang out at awesome places and I eat awesome food. That is Awesome Saturday. And so I'm going to write down I am awesome. I see you guys are already writing in the chat, but I'm going to say today I am awesome. I recognize my inherent value and worth. So I encourage you, if you haven't written it down yet, to write it down. Make it real. Make it real in your world by declaring it, by accepting it, by being here with it, with that feeling of awesomeness, that awesomeness that lives inside of you. And the fact is that there's only one you. There's only one person who has your dreams and your goals. There's only one person who can reach the people that you can reach. Each and every one of us is different. Each and every one of us is unique. And in that differentness and that uniqueness, we have the capacity to completely change the world. And this card is our permission slip to do that, to recognize that we are inherently valuable, that we are inherently worthy, that we don't need to buy something to be valuable or worthy, that we don't need to think a certain way to be valuable or worthy, that we are inherently worth it simply because we're alive, simply because we're being us. So I am awesome today. I see you here. Good morning, Brenda Jean. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning. Let's see. Good morning, Lauren. It's good to see you guys around. So I want to say thank you guys so much for showing up, for just being here, for being awesome, for celebrating Awesome Saturday with me. I know that I've celebrated Awesome Saturday with many of you. So thanks for hanging around and just being here. Yeah, we are awesome. We are unique. There is one of us, only one, and there's a reason that we are here on this planet. Mark Twain says that the two most important days in a person's life are the day that they're born and the day they figure out why. And I believe that having an inherent idea that we are awesome is puts us well on the path to figuring out why we're here. It allows us to understand that there are gifts that only we can bring this world. There are gifts that only we can bring. And it is our responsibility to bring those, to really embody our wholeness. And thank you for calling me awesome. So Brenda Jean says, can you speak to those that feel unworthy and seek that feeling from outside themselves? Affirmation from others, absolutely. Ultimately, affirmation from other people typically comes with strings attached to it, and that other people are often thinking about themselves. Consider, we're most of us are tuned into We FM. What's in it for me? And the vast majority of my time and the vast majority of the time of most people that I've ever talked to is really focused on their own experience. And so when we are focusing on somebody else for whatever reason, it's a comparative rarity. So we have to understand that we're worthy just because we're alive. That if we weren't worthy, we wouldn't be here. And that affirmation from other people is ultimately it can be a wonderful thing. I make a show around it, but that doesn't. But my job is not to affirm you daily, so that I can continue to affirm you daily. It's not tenable. My job is to affirm you daily, so that you affirm yourself daily, so that you affirm other people daily, and so that we expand this message and it's something that we're determined to do as we move intentionally toward our dreams this week. So there was a time in my life where I was consistently seeking affirmation from other people, and I'd do anything in order to get that affirmation. And it didn't serve me to do that. I realized that when I was serving and helping other people, good morning there, Jelly, I see you. When I was serving and helping other people and doing it for them and not for me, that I it was it you know it didn't help me at all in the long term to be there for them and not for myself, or to be there for them at the expense of myself. Now when I'm there for other people, I'm there for other people, and also it builds me up, and it also makes my life better for being there. Good morning, Val. I see that you are here as well. So we are surrounded by awesome people. And it is really important for us to understand that we don't need their validation. The world tells us that we need validation from other people. It tells us that we're not good enough and that the only way to become good enough is to buy something. Oh, spend your money on this thing, work really hard, and then spend your money on this thing, and then you'll all of a sudden be good enough. Or at least you'll be better. Maybe you'll not be fully good enough. You'll just be, a little bit better. But don't worry, there's something else that you can buy to be to get yourself closer to being good enough. So ultimately, affirmation from other people is something that we can't control. And there are many people who will manipulate that affirmation in order to get us to do things that maybe we don't want to do. But affirmation from ourselves, affirmation that comes within, an internal knowing of our inherent worth and value cannot be taken away from us, and it cannot be manipulated by other people. It is something that lives inside of us all the time. And so this card today, this I am awesome card, is just a reminder of our inherent worthiness for walking this earth. The fact that we were born is evidence enough that we are here to change lives, to build into the people around us, to expand the consciousness of love. That's why we're here, and that's something that we get to figure out how to do on a day by day basis. So I'm fortunate that I'm surrounded by awesome people, and you know what it is about the people around me that makes them so awesome is that they recognize my inherent value and worth. The people around me aren't judgmental. The people around me support me no matter who I am, who I decide to be, what I decide to do. They even if they might agree with it, they might not agree with it, it doesn't matter. They're supportive of it. They love and care about the totality of who I am. And that's what makes them awesome. And that's something that kind of overflows into the awesomeness that is their lives. These people oftentimes are also accomplished in lots of other ways. So they are just really awesome in the stuff that they do, but primarily it starts off by being a mindset. We don't have to be born into money to be awesome. We don't have to be born into privilege or wealth or power. We can start right now and being, and yeah, we can start right now and right here and choose right now to understand our inherent worth. Shauna says, relying on affirmation from others was my curse. One of those old ideas I'm sloughing off. You mentioned sloughing stuff off yesterday, also, Shauna, and yeah, we shouldn't rely on affirmation from others. We should recognize the truth of what they're saying. Recognize that when they're affirming us, that thing is true, and it's true whether they recognize it or not. So whether people recognize our inherent awesomeness or they don't recognize our inherent awesomeness is meaningless to us, so long as we recognize it. So good morning, Robert. I see that you're here. So anyways, guys, this card or this this broadcast is starting to get on the long side, so I just want to leave you with a permission slip, a written permission slip. This is your written permission slip to just be, to just like, just be awesome, live an awesome life, hang out with awesome people, do awesome things, be yourself, and be yourself to, as somebody who was very important to me used to say, be yourself to the fullest. So there's only one you, there's only one person who can achieve the things that you can achieve. So get on it. The world needs it. There's lots of people who are not convinced of their awesomeness and who are just living a day-to-day life, day in, day out, doing the same stuff because nobody's ever told them that they're awesome. Nobody's ever told them that they were important. So go and be that change. I want to say thank you so much for coming by. It is Friday. I'm going to be back here at 9 p.m. for Nightfall with Maui Paul. And we're going to talk about the I Am Awesome card. We're going to talk about how I Am Awesome showed up in our world today. So I will see you guys at 9 p.m. If you need a particular affirmation, they're on my YouTube channel. And I want to say, yeah, I appreciate you being here. And aloha from paradise.